Hi, I'm Pauline.
Hey, I'm Priscilla.
I'm Pyle.
And I'm Samidron.
And this is the P3T podcast. Today we've been nicely enthusiastic about this woo.
Yeah.
Gross.
Guys, I need to teach you the South African song. So that we sing. It sounds so beautiful.
What is that?
That's sad one.
It's not sad. It's about God giving you strength.
It's a melancholic tune. Can you hear that melancholy?
No, but sad choir songs goated. Is this song sung by Stellenbosch University Choir?
I know it.
That's my love we had.
No, the Stellenbosch University.
Oh yeah. They sang a song called "That's My Love We Had," and it's just about like people who lost their loved ones. It was about like a time when there's a mass death, I guess, in an area. So people wrote a song. People who are like affected, they came together. No, somebody wrote a song, and then people came together and sang it.
Yeah.
In honor of their loved ones.
It's so beautiful. Yeah. I love it, but it's so sad.
It's
you
so
like
sad.
I don't like to be. I think it's because I genuinely feel sad. Oops, sorry.
Okay, Bawa. So
We have a problem.
We do.
Anyhow, so welcome back to the podcast, and today we have an interesting topic for you, which is seeking validation. So we don't have that much time today. This is probably, hopefully, going to be a short episode because we don't have that much time. So we're just going to jump into the first question, which is where do you find your approval from? Where do you seek approval from?
Wow.
You're saying, well, like I didn't tell you this question.
She's doing it for the girl.
I'll send you imekuhit sahi.
Yeah, in a convent before.
We can start with Priscilla because she's obsessed with being sun-kissed at the moment.
The sun is just there. The last time I even moved closer.
You keep a sun-kissed selfie. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Ebo, let me take another one with you.
Wait. We're in the middle of an episode.
So, I was saying...
I can't take y'all seriously. Come on. Look at Pulse. She's in disbelief.
Okay, can we continue?
Okay, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
so
sun is so beautiful, guys.
thank you.
So, guys, where do I get my validation from? I think I get validation from my friends. Because I'm blessed to have amazing friends. I think I've not had issues with, the way you hear some fishy, dramatic
drama.
Yeah, and you're like,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. And I'm like, wow, Aki God, you have really blessed me with amazing friends. Like, non-toxic.
Crazy, yeah?
We don't have time.
The sun is going. Okay. Non-toxic friends that are enemies of progress, Like, those jealous friends who...
Non-toxic.
Toxic.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I was saying...
I think you were saying you're blessed to have
non-toxic friends.
who are not jealous.
Yeah, who are not jealous. Yeah. Thank you for bringing my train of thought back. Yeah, so also again my validation from my mom, my shush. I think when they're happy, I'm happy. When if my mom is happy, me, I'm happy. To be honest, and my shushu has this soft spot in my heart. Maybe it's because we share the same names. Because she's Priscilla and Priscilla. We're like twinsies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mbona uko junior?
Get out of here. Exit the window. Kasarani style. If you get it. If you don't get it.
I don't get it, but the way she said it was so funny. You said it last time and I was like, but sorry.
You can see the stories of people jumping off the balconies that have been happening recently.
No. You go for a party.
And people jump and they die. That's how
people
jump. See, because they're high or drunk.
What?
So it's been the recent trend. People,
As a trend.
yeah, it's like
Multiple
it's not-
people have done it.
yeah,
Is it a trend or is it like umelewa unaanguka?
yeah. It's not like a trend. Like
It's
oh,
like
let's
people are
jump.
participating within it.
Yeah.
Like it's something that's trending.
And
a
it's
trending
been
topic.
happening especially in Kasarani.
Wamerogo.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's not sorry. Kasarani. Oh, not stadium. Kasarani, the area.
The area. Okay, good.
Oh, nilisikia hiyo story. Hata na DJ.
Mwadhi. Jeff Mwadhi. Yeah, see, Jeff Mwadhi was thrown by...
Oh yeah, somebody was thrown.
You don't know the Jeff Mwadhi story? That's why they were protesting outside our school. There was a parade.
When?
Like early on this semester, they were protesting. They went around Kwetu because he was killed. See there's this apartment just behind Kwetu. Or he was thrown on the 10th floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then it was made to look like
It was suicide, but it was actually manslaughter.
I had no idea.
Or is it manslaughter? Not
Manslaughter.
manslaughter. Murder. Sorry.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Why you saying Polly? Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so
Is this us hanging on to our last brain cell? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Collectively?
Me, I'm not on my last brain cell because it's me leading this episode, so I'm looking at the time.
Gosh, what was the question? Where do you get your validation?
yeah, and from my and from God.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Hallelujah.
think it's like it's a triangle. It's God, my friends, and my family. You know?
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
Tamiron.
I get my validation from wherever I can get it. I'm meant to that. Imagine, yeah, frankly, I hate to say this, but part of the reasons I do things well is to get validation.
I think a lot of people do.
And I think it's normal. It's
Yeah.
normal
Wait,
to want
wait.
to.
You're getting on the wholesome side of it. Wait. Wait, we'll get there. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, like in
Okay. Sorry, I'm rushing these things. Okay. But yeah, me, frankly, I try and get it from... I'm compliment hungry. I won't let you. Me, sometimes I dig it out of you. I'm like, huku nakaa safi. I clean this place. Huku nakaa safi. Wow. And then I look at my mom. Kunakaa safi. Kunakaa safi. So, you know, they're used to me now. Yes, it is. Thank you for helping us clean.
As if seeing me back up, yeah.
Yeah. So, me, I force my validation. To sum it up, I get it from wherever I can get it from.
I think... Wait, Pauline. Sorry.
I think same to Tamiron. I also get my validation from anywhere I can get it. You validate me, I'll accept it. But I think,
happily.
Yeah, very happily. I think another aspect for me though is a lot of it stems from like ego and pride, where I'm just like I'm good. Agree with me that I'm good. Agree with me that I'm the best. Agree with me. So like sometimes that is, unfortunately, that is the drive to like get not to get compliments, but to like do, the drive is to get compliments and to do like work in order to get compliments because it feeds my ego.
Okay, I agree with all of that. I think, yeah, I'm also a little bit compliment hungry, but even me, like, I make it funny. So I'll like, and in my house, I'll like force people to show gratitude and like say please. So if my mom is like, Mita Maji, I'd be like, please. And then the other day, my brother and his family came over, and immediately, sijui ni nini lini possess nipike chai. So I'm just like, and it was just like my brother and my sister-in-law. So anyway, so I made tea for everyone, and then when I served them, I I was like, and we all say thank you. So for me, I don't know. It's just I am obsessed with like people saying please and thank you, but also I like it when people show gratitude. I like it when people, but good like genuine gratitude. If I've done something right, I appreciate it when people like validate what I've done. But if I've done like, this time I messed up with Baya, I was doing like something in my church, and some teens came to say, thank you so much. I told them, can you be real? Be real with me, girls. And that was not good. So if something is not good, I appreciate also getting feedback. Yeah. So, but me, I learned that in the past, this time, not so much these days. Okay, not as much. I still do, but even like total strangers, whatever they say, I'll take it as validation. You know. So like I give an example, Kitambo, of like random people in high school saying they were couldn't sing, and like I took it with me forever.
Is that validation or anti-validation?
But it's still like seeking that sort of validation from people, you know,
from external sources.
Exactly, and like they were not my friends. I like barely talked to them, but still I took their opinion very heavily
to heart.
Yeah. So I think I'll seek from everyone.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
All of you have been talking about feedback. Me personally, I'm working on it. Don't crucify me. I'm working on it. But all negative feedback to me feels like a personal attack. It really does. Like to the point where I've gotten to a point in my life where I've had to train myself to bite my tongue when people are giving me negative feedback, because I know if I don't, I'm going to start to justify. Because, and I feel like when you justify, when someone is giving you feedback, especially negative feedback, and you start justifying it, chances are you're not listening to what you're being told.
Yeah.
You're just you're just trying to make yourself seem like not that bad a person.
Yeah.
So like to the point where, especially like with my sister, because my sister I think is one of those people that's very honest. My entire family is very honest. We don't like liars. Me, I lie sometimes, but because there's those older ones, they don't lie. They're very honest human beings. So like when I do something wrong, they'll be the first people to be like, Pauline, you messed up. Apo umefanya mistake. And it's gotten to a point. Kitambo used to cry. If you're giving me feedback, I'm just going to, no, don't say sorry. You know my tears are here. Like, it doesn't take much to make me cry. I don't cry in public often, but if you shout at me, I'm crying. If you give me negative feedback, I'm crying. Well, not anymore. I've grown up. But by Kitambo, I mean last year, but one.
You had an ID.
I didn't have an ID last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was still children.
You were out of high school, no?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, I honestly genuinely think it's just an ego thing. I think it's because in my mind, I'm the best person to walk this planet. So when you're out here telling me I'm not, my mind doesn't compute. It's just like, what do you mean? Yeah, but it's a bad habit. I'm working on it. Don't worry. Well, God is working on it.
I think one more thing that we've all kind of overlooked is self-validation. I think I have self-validation, yeah, but actually, let's look at that, because I have other questions, but let's look at that. What does self-validation look like to you, Priscilla?
I feel like validating self for me is acknowledging my progress and my growth. So like in our previous episode, where we're talking about what is the very beginning, we're talking about like what have we learned since our last episode, or what have we discovered about ourselves. I think it's acknowledging like I've made progress, I've hit even the smallest of milestones. Be it, let's say, like Tamix's milestone of coming to the shoot early and being on time, to, let's say, now me being more assertive and more concrete with my opinions and my mind, my thoughts on something, and not being grounded because I'm trying not to hurt someone or I'm trying to please someone. Yeah, so I feel like self-validation also comes in for me when I award myself for those milestones. So it can be in food, it can be telling me, like looking at myself in the mirror and saying, Priscilla, yeah, umefikiria. Ama or me just congratulating myself in one way or the other, materialistically or also just personally, like, Priscilla, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. Also self-validation. Yeah, I think that's how I express myself. And also like just also taking care of myself, I guess. Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all for me. Like self-validation is kujipongeza, no? Hivyo. Okay, so I have answered it.
There's an art I've mastered. It's the art of self-validation. Have you seen these videos on TikTok of this mama who, I think she's South African, who, it's basically in the African parenting context when, actually, my parent, when, okay, you know how when you were crying as a kid, okay, me, I don't know about you guys. But when I was a kid, me, I'd be told, stop crying or I'll give you a reason to cry. So, like in one of her skits, she acted as a parent telling their kid, stop crying or I'll give you a reason to cry. And then she walks out of the room and she's like, wow, that is such wonderful parenting. And then she even pats her back and she's like, you did amazing. Wow. So I honestly, that's how she validates herself and her parenting. Is literally how I validate myself. Like for me, I think I hold words dearly, like saying it to myself. So like I tell myself, yeah, boy. You know, so I say it to myself. Yeah, and I think okay, I don't know this, but for me, I don't know. But yeah, simply said, I just speak it to myself.
I think also similarly to Tamiran, self-validation is not at all something I struggle with. Like, me, if I do something and I'm proud of myself, sometimes even I'm not proud of myself, but I'll still hold myself to high regard. I think, you know how, like I keep telling you people, I have an ego. It's, I guess maybe, because I remember there was a time you guys were saying you don't see it. I guess you don't see it now, because it's gotten better. But had you met me when I was in class 6, you would have seen
we were
it.
all horrible in class.
No, but like now, all my life, it's been something I've had to deal with. And like, I think maybe Form 1, Form 2 is when I had to like sit down with myself and be like, you can't proceed like this in life. You know, you're not God's gift to mankind. Relax. Yeah, so like things like self-validation, now I'm on the opposite extreme to the point where sometimes I'm blind to my own faults and I have to be reminded, relax.
Okay. I think my self-validation comes from other people. Like, I just thought about it. So for me, yeah, I'll think like I've done something great or something good, but I'll wait until somebody else recognizes it to like truly affirm that enyewe umefanya vizuri. Like, let me give you an example. Like the last debate tournament that we went for, only my partner would say, you did an amazing job. If I wish I had time, because after that we jumped straight into exams, so who's giving you feedback? No one. But I wish somebody gave me like points of growth about my debate, because I think I did a good job, but
there's always room for
there's always room for growth, and it was my first tournament ever, so obviously there are points of growth that need to be made there. So I wish, even like one time we were trying to get feedback from our judge and he was whisked away by the head of the tournament, and yeah, for me, unless somebody tells me good job, I'm not like, in my mind I'm going to think, okay, I think I did a good job, but I need the backup external validation to truly confirm and yet tulifanya kazi. Unless I'm like with other people, and we say, yeah, we did a good job, you know. And it's like let me give you an example. Like when in April, the youth took over the services for the whole month, and I was part of the prisonership team, and we'd be like, and yet leo tumefanya kazi poa, yeah. So we would affirm ourselves. So unless I'm in a group of people, sometimes like I doubt my own self-validation. I'm just like, or maybe it's just you who thought. Yeah, so I don't think I have a strong sense of self-validation as I do when, as I don't hold a strong value for my self-validation as I do external. But it's gotten better. It's been much worse. Anyway, so another question is like, what are the effects? I think I'll match up these two questions because of time. What are some of the effects, both negative and positive, that you felt from seeking external validation, and how have you dealt with those effects of seeking external validation?
I feel like, wow, it's made me, how do I explain? There are instances where I try to be someone that I'm not, because of what they say about me or what they think I can be. I remember, at some point now, like last sem, because now the semester is over.
Woo-hoo.
Finally.
As I said before, we are done with our education.
Yeah.
Meaning that we are done with the semester.
I'm so jealous. Mngejua tu.
Usijali, ulipata long holiday beginning ya mwaka, sisi hatukupata. Batupatangi.
But muli
Tunapatanga long holiday. But pia wewe umechagua hii life.
Hapana, alichaguliwa.
Ulichaguliwa.
Mulichagua mambo ya
Iza jo.
trisem.
Trisem.
See, it's a must, ama?
Everybody just unless you take a sem break.
Yeah.
But that's a waste of time.
I agree. So I feel like there was a point in time last sem where I was getting some feedback. Someone was telling me, "Oh, Priscilla, I see you're a leader. I see you can do this. I can see you can do this." But something about me is that I realize sometimes, or most of the time, I just don't want to be at the front line. I want to be in the background. Yeah, like I don't want to be up there, like being the chairperson of something, or being vice chair. It's okay, maybe.
Oh, so you just don't want to be like the front person,
Yeah.
maybe like second or third. Okay.
Yeah, second or third.
But you bado uko mbele
Yeah.
relatively.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be like, Ati, Priscilla is the president of this, or she's the head of this. I don't think I can handle that pressure. And a lot of someone was telling me I should take up something like that. And I'm like, I even went to therapy because of that. Because now I started asking myself, because also my mom was giving me that pressure in a way. Because she's like, Zoe, you're a leader. You're ahead of your generation. Such declarations. Yeah, like I love those affirmations.
But they can give you a bit of pressure.
Yeah, like I know, like, and then she used to tell me like, oh, when you were in my womb, I used to confess over your life that you're going to be a great person, because she didn't know my gender. She thought I was a boy, but anyway, story for another day. Yeah, you're going to be a great man of your nation. You're going to be because like, I don't know those myths that people have of pregnant people, like, oh, when the baby is active in the womb, it's a boy.
Old wives' tales.
Yeah, old wives' tale. So she thought I was a boy because I was super active. I was kicking her a lot. Anywho, yeah, so
Ulipenda violence.
I was a violent.
From the womb.
It manifested in my primary. Akim Abior. Okay, never mind. Let me just keep quiet. We'll cut that out. This guy. Anyway, we'll not talk about that. I beat him up proper. Anyway, sorry.
Good.
Yeah, so like, what was the question?
The effects, how you've dealt with the effects.
Oh, how I've dealt with the effects. Again, I mentioned therapy. I talked to someone about it. I talked to my friends about it. I sometimes even tell my mom, like, hey, Hapo, mom, in as much as you have big dreams, hopes, visions for me, it's a stretch.
Slow down.
Yeah, cool down, come slowly, because I'm a little bit struggling here and there, and I'm still working on building up my confidence and building up, wow, Priscilla can take up a big thing, you know? So, yeah. What was the question again?
Oh my god. The answer to the question, like the effect that you get from seeking validation.
Oh, the effects.
And how you did
just
with it.
pressure. The pressure. You can even get depressed out of it, to be honest.
Tamiran, how have you what are the effects of you seeking validation and how have you dealt with it?
Have there been effects? I don't know. Okay, I think, but mine has been positive
Yeah.
with regard to self-validation.
Mm-hmm.
As much as
From others, seeking validation from others.
okay, let me speak
Okay.
about self, and then maybe I'll figure out what to say about others.
Okay.
But in terms of self-validation, as much as I'm able to know when hapo I've done it well.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been able to self-critique and know, hey, Appa, we didn't do something right,
Mm-hmm.
or hey, that didn't come out how we envisioned, or you get.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because I'm very vocal on wanting validation, it has also made me very vocal in wanting feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I ask for feedback from very specific people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I go to them and I'm like, hey, like, what do you think about what I did? Because I know, in my heart of hearts, I know it wasn't probably done the best way. So I just want validation that anyway, I'm not going crazy, and yeah, maybe I wasn't like what exactly in my in what I did was not done right. Because I just know something was not right, but I don't know what was not right. So yeah, being vocal about like usiniambie nimefanya vizuri has also made me be vocal about hapo kuna kitu sijafanya, hebu nishow ni nini sijafanya. Yeah.
Thank you. Pole. What are the effects of what have they been English? What have been the effects of you seeking external validation and how? Wait, have you talked, Tamara, you talked about how you cope with it? No, it was a positive aspect, yeah. So, and how do you cope with it?
The effects, the positives have been just like the kawaida ones, self-esteem and all of that. But now you see, now my struggle is the other side of having to like make sure, as much as I'm like validating myself and like receiving validation from others, I'm not overlooking my faults. Because I think a big lesson I've had to learn is everybody has faults. I think for me, one of the main reasons I think I'm scared to like admit that I have faults is because my mind keeps telling me that if I admit I have faults, everyone is going to run away from me. And I don't really know why. I think it's because I don't know why. But yeah, my mind keeps telling me if I admit I have faults, I think everyone is going to run away from me. So I like to think I don't have faults. But now it's not a healthy way to navigate through life. Yeah, so the way I deal with it is just reflection and taking like feedback. Like, the biting your tongue, not having, like, not allowing myself to justify. Even if at the moment I feel like I can justify or I should justify, not allowing myself to do that and taking in the feedback and going and like trying to be better, I think is the way I've dealt with it.
Right, thank you for sharing. I think for me, the biggest consequence is negative self-esteem. So me seeking validation from others sometimes obviously leads to like negative comments, and some of them, like, I appreciate negative feedback, but I appreciate it especially when it's worded in a kind way. So I like kind people. So for you to tell me like this has happened, this is what should happen next time, but especially like validation for like things I can't change, like for example, I can't change my height. If you tell me, oh, you're so short, so now like I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. So if it's something especially I can't change, I'll like begin to have very negative self-esteem about myself. Yeah, and it's really bad because once again, as I said, I affirm myself through the outside perspective, which I'm working on, but is still something that's there. So how I've coped with it is, one, I think I've surrounded myself with really, really, really affirming friends. So remember the other day I was with two of my friends, and what did I say? I think like I made the notion that like I was not as pretty as them, something like that, which was not like outward, or it was, like people do that for attention seeking. I didn't mean to do it for that, but like it was just like the time Ron says that if she's working with a friend, like the friend will be scoped out faster. So same thing with me. If I'm working around,
that's what you meant.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about, like in general. It's like, yeah, like people hit on you guys all the time. And they're like, no, but now they like quickly came to swoop in on me and like affirm me and my looks, and and they're like, no, but you're beautiful just the way you are. And it was shout out Priscilla. So it was a very good moment. And even like when I speak negatively about myself, like if I say, oh, like I'm so commanding, I'm so what, my friends these specific friends will come and affirm me and make sure like I'm not, they'll tell me the truth, but they'll also make sure that I know the positive aspects of myself, and so that I'm not always just hitting on myself and who I am. And they just make me feel loved. Like one time I was telling my friend, oh, like, thank you for putting up with me. And she's like, what do you mean putting up with you? Like, you're such, like, you're a great person. I don't have to put up with you. And that did a lot for my confidence. So I think, number one, I recognize that I have the issue of like seeking validation from others. So because I recognize that I have that, as I work away from seeking that validation and building my own self-validation, I also surround myself with people who they won't lie to me, they won't like tell me lies, but they'll not like kick me down and keep me there, because I have other people that I've interacted with who have, like, they'll kick me down and they'll keep, like, one time I was talking to some people and they kicked me down and they kept me there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go now. You're not doing anything good for my self-esteem, But I think that's a positive aspect, because I've realized when to walk away from situations that will make me self-depreciate,
Yeah.
So yeah, just surrounding myself with a positive system, and also just like committing it to God, and yeah, that's it. I just commit it to God. I'm just like, okay, God, I'm like this. I'm in this place, and fix. Do the fix thing. You're the man. Where's I never guessing that Nini. That's TikTok. That's all of. Where's my dad? I'm all alone. That's it. I'm too scared to be here on my own. You've not seen it? Oh my gosh. If you've seen it, listeners, send it to Kina, Pauline, and Tabiron and Priscilla. It's so funny. Because I'm doing a lot in Christian TikTok. Yeah. Okay, it's hilarious. It's a CapCut thing. Like, you know that, like, mouse eating moment when somebody is just sitting alone and there's music. Okay, no? Okay.
You need to take some time off the internet.
Anyway, I just ask for help from God so that I can have better self-esteem and not seek that much approval from others. Yeah. So that's it. I think as the listener, I hope you can take something away from today's episode. Because of time, najua episode zingine enjoy 2 hours, 1 hour. Najua sana leo mnadhulumiwa, but we apologize. Next time we hope to come back with another banger. Yeah.
Another
Banger.
It's just the way we all knew.
Oh, that was a joke.
What?
The another banger was the joke.
So I hope you take your takeaway from this episode, and I hope that you find a way of managing your negative effects towards your self-validation. Yeah. So now we beg to leave. You can follow us on Instagram at P3T Podcast. Please like our reels. We have some of the best designed reels on the planet. No, I'm joking. But me and Tamiron work very hard to put them together. Tamiron works very hard to put the episodes up. So to put the episodes together, and Karen works hard to put our work up. So please.
You had to please.
No, fanyangi on time.
Who has been the one delaying? No. Who has been the one delaying?
So please
Listeners,
leave us a comment on Instagram, on our Instagram reel. If you've made it this far, comment the aye captain, the salute. Comment the salute emoji. Yeah,
Yes.
so that we know that you made it this far.
Yay.
Ati? Nakopia kutoka Google.
No salute emoji.
Google iko nayo. Google keyboard iko nayo.
Washa ni wapi?
Si kuna Google keyboard iko nayo.
Google keyboard ni nini?
Una keyboard?
Sijui hiyo ni nini.
Download. Anyway, if you really don't have it, just copy paste from the internet. You'll probably be fine.
Inakaaje?
Like
Salute. Tunapiga saluti. Oh,
Like ni tumutu. Ni kamutu.
Ani emoji.
Emoji ni kamutu.
Akayelo.
Nakupiga saluti. Tunasema Yesu Jenerali.
Okay.
I know. Okay. Anyway, so as Pauline looks for the salute emoji, huna ni sawa pole. Kama una salute emoji, just write the word salute. Tutajua ni wewe umetoka hapa. So you can also like our reels and share our episodes, please. And yeah, follow the rest of the things that we post. We post like random, like interactive reels, but not this time. Poleni, maybe like end of the year. We wish you the
American
are not funny.
Happy prosperous new year.
In October.
In fact, go comment a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Instead of a salute, go comment a Christmas tree.
Yes.
So anyway, our email is pttpodcastke@gmail.com. Coca-Cola today I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but we don't have any pictures, but I'm wearing a sweatshirt. That should say a lot. That's Sandwich. We love you all so much, but do you love us? That is the real question.
Yes.
So thank you so much for listening. This has been such a long outro. But thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys next
Later.
time.